Welcome to the NCAA South Central Region post-game press conference as the tournament wraps up, and it sees probably the best game I've broadcasted throughout this season, and probably the best game of this entire tournament. Oklahoma Christian wins 9-8. They defeat West Texas A&M, and they move on to the Super Regionals for the first time in program history. Joining us are members of the Oklahoma Christian softball team, the head coach Shalee Rodriguez. Also joining Coach Rodriguez, Kristen Whitehouse, Grace Anderson, and Kadence Brewster. Coach, I'll let you start with an opening statement. And again, the game, the ebbs and flows, the back and forth, it was made for TV. It was made for Lone Star Conference Digital Network, obviously. A lot of fun for both sides in the end. Your team gets a big hit there at the end to score the winning run. But just talk about this game.
Huge. I'm kind of speechless in a way. First and foremost, glory to God, obviously. This season's kind of been up and down for us in a weird way. We've won some huge games, lost some games we shouldn't lose. The ebbs and flows of the season have really hit us for sure. But this team and these girls, I've got 7 seniors that have just really bought in, and they had a goal, honestly, in the fall. Supers was their biggest goal because OC's never gone before. And there were points in our season when we thought it's probably not happening, right? But like I said, they trusted what we were doing day in and day out. They've bought in to just each other. And just moments like that, I think, made us tougher throughout the year. And good things happen at the end.
I want to ask you about, you go through the first, 3 innings and did not score. It's 3-0. And then comes the bottom of the 4th. And I thought it was a huge spot. You had already scored 1 run, but the bases were loaded. And you brought up, I believe it was Shalee Brewster, came through with a big hit, scored 2 runs. I thought that was a huge point in the game. You ended up scoring 6 in the inning.
Yeah, absolutely. Honestly, both Brewster twins, here's one of them, have been clutch for us all year. That's just what they do. They're bulldogs, they're fighters. They're people you want up in the big moments for sure. We've got a lot of them, but they've really stepped up this year for us in a lot of times. And I just feel like that inning, we got the momentum going, and we just kept it going.
We'll start with Kristen Whitehouse, 2 for 4, 2 hits, 2 RBI, 2 runs scored. Huge home run in the bottom of the 5th. So I counted up, there were 4 lead changes, there were 2 ties. Talk about your home run, but also talk about how the team was able to keep its composure as WT, comes back, the crowd gets into it, but then here come the Eagles.
Just the whole time we were picking each other up, no matter what happened. When someone would get out in a big moment, we'd come back on defense and we'd say, we got this, the whole game. And so I think it was just like our team having everybody's back in the moments that we needed it.
Speaking of your defense, talk about the defense, because you made some huge plays at shortstop. I thought there was a couple of plays, throwing out Brittany Rufus at first was a big play. I thought you made another big play when you stopped the ball and decided to hold on to it and not throw it over to first base. Just some of those things, but talk about your defense as a whole.
I just focus on one play at a time, and then always like making good throws. And then in that moment when they hit that one in the backhand side, I knew if I threw it, Brittany Rufus was going to take off to home. And so I just thought it was a good idea to hold on to it.
Pretty good idea in a spot like that. Next, we'll talk to Grace Anderson. And Grace, a lot of good things, not just with your pitching, but also with your hitting as well. Grace ends up with the win today. Her 16th win, goes 3.2 innings, and allows just 1 earned run off of 6 hits. And you had a couple of strikeouts as well. Only 2 walks. So we'll talk defense first, and we can talk about your game-winning hit. But defensively, I felt like that was a key for your team. Yesterday, you had a lot of walks. Today, that was not the case. And so talk about the pitching and also the defense behind you.
We just knew that WT's a bunch of good hitters. You had to make them hit the ball. You can't try and throw around them and try and be too perfect. You just had to trust your stuff and trust that your defense will be behind you and trust in God.
Okay, so we'll talk about the big hit, the walk-off there at the end. You knew that a single was going to basically do it and score the game-winning run. Talk about the play, what's going through your head, and then ultimately when you hit it, you knew it was going to happen, right?
It was so surreal. I just wanted to put my team in a great spot. Even if we didn't score on that one, that still put runners in scoring position to score on another opportunity or something else. Like, I just I wanted to do the small things. I wasn't trying to be too big.
Well, you came up clutch. Congratulations. And also Kadence Brewster. Kadence, you got the inning going. You got the base hit to lead off, and I felt like that was a big key as well as Oklahoma Christian. You were able to get the leadoff batters on, and then you were able to move them around. But they moved you around quickly. You're over there at third, and you're just waiting. Somebody bring me in. Grace ended up doing it. So talk about the last run there.
The last play, we were just taught, me and Shalee over there, this ball do this ball do that, just trying to run through everything. And I just knew that run fast, run as fast as I could to get home and be safe for my team, because I wanted it just as bad as everybody else did. But I knew Grace was there to step up, and she could help herself in a big moment, and that's what she did. So.
Congratulations again to all of the players. Coach, I wanted to ask you this, kind of a couple of things. One, it's the first time for the program to reach the Super Regionals. That's huge. You're going to be taking on UT Tyler next week. But this team had its ups and downs. You came in as a number 5 seed, but I said it tonight during the broadcast, you couldn't tell. I mean, you looked like a 1 seed the way you guys played this entire weekend. So talk about that, maybe the motivation coming into the tournament, and then you guys you're playing on fire right now.
Yeah, like I said earlier, we've kind of had the ups and downs all season. We played in February before conference. Obviously, we're in the toughest conference in the nation, but even before we started conference, I think we played 5 or 6 top 25 teams. So I feel like we put ourselves in a good position for this moment here. We won those games, and then we faced some adversity after that. Again, I think that is what ultimately helped us get here. And the girls just buying in and trusting in the whole month of April, even a little bit in March, I was like, girls, it's a marathon. You got to trust the process. You got to keep going, because ultimately it matters in May. Who gets hot at the right time, that's what matters. Obviously, WT is probably the best in the nation, especially offensively. Their hitters are incredible. And we sent them home. So, again, it's just May is bigger than anything else.
Well, congratulations again to Kristen Whitehouse, to Grace Anderson, to Kadence Brewster, and to Coach Rodriguez. And good luck next week against UT Tyler, one step away from the World Series. Great job.
Thank you.
Thank you.